Hi, this is Kevin Trainer, and welcome to part 4 of my tutorial for the coding assignment for Severance Chapter 14 on creating custom classes. And in this final tutorial, this is going to correspond to exercise 4 um, in your assignment. We're going to create just a little bit more code, and we're going to be able to take advantage the of this evolved or enhanced class that does the error checking on when initializing values of the instance variables in custom classes. Okay, so what are we going to do? Well, let's go to our practice tutorial. Okay, and let's copy this create state area reports using evolve class pi. So let's create this copy. Um, And let's go to our actual tutorial. Okay, and let's paste that in and let's take a look at that code. Okay. Okay, now what you're going to see when you do your exercise is how do you get this code? Well, you actually get this code for part 4 by taking the code that we created in part 2 and cloning it and just changing one line of code. It's hard to believe it's that easy. Well, I guess you have to change the comments to make sure you say using evolved a class. You have to change the first comment, but here all we need to do is we need to import a different module, the evolved version of the class rather than the basic version. So the only line that we're changing here that really does real work is line 4 where we say from my evolved states import state. That's it. All the rest of the class remains the same. Okay? And all of a sudden we get this error checking that checks for dirty data because we have uh, we have evolved our class. And I say evolved because would you have two versions of this class at one time? No, you probably wouldn't. You might get started by creating the basic version because you're in a hurry. And then you go, we should really have the error checking in there to make sure that we're not working with dirty data. Okay, we don't think we have any dirty data, but we don't want to accidentally use any dirty data. So we're going to actually change uh, we're actually going to change the state class permanently to have this new code, have these implicit getters and setters that uh, check for error values. Okay, so I'm not saying that you would at one time in your system have these two versions. You might begin with the basic and evolve to the evolved, and then you would just have the evolved. Okay. In our final project, what kind of a class am I going to have you create? I'm going to have you create an evolved one because I think that's a good practice. Okay. But in terms of using that class, what's different? Well, you just have to make sure that you import the right version of the code. That's it. And so now we can go right into testing this. And of course, these kinds of programs we test by inspection. So we're going to run this. Okay, and first we're going to run this with uh, state area data.txt. State area data.text. And not surprisingly, we get our good reports. So they work the same. So if we have good data, even though we're using the new version of the code and we are executing those implicit getters and setters that are kind of hidden under the hood, under the covers with that code, we get the same answers we got before when we use the good input data file. These should match exactly. Okay, so all right, so what's different? Well, now when we run this with the dirty version of the data, this isn't a very sophisticated program. It doesn't try to catch these exceptions and correct them or report them. It just blows up. Okay, and then we know that we've got to go find the error in the data and correct it. So let's just say dirty. We're going to use dirty state area data. Dirty. Having a problem here. So let's stop this. Okay, let's try running it again. Let's try dirty state area data dot text, and kaboom! So it went down on the first error. The land area and square miles attribute must be populated with an integer value greater than 0. And let's look at the dirty data. And it turns out that the first record has got a dirty land area and square miles value. And so it blew up on it because it's a negative value. Okay, so with this program that's not real sophisticated, this report program, it's just going to blow up when it finds the first dirty record. It's going to blow up. And the idea would be, if you were trying to clean the data, that you would say, oh, how did that get wrong? Let's get that fixed. And then you would run it again. And then you would find this dirty record on number 9. And then I think we have another dirty record here somewhere. No, maybe we just have these. No, I think we have one where we've got the third value too. I don't know where it is. We've got it here somewhere. I think we've got the 0 here in Oklahoma. This is the dirty value here. We didn't want to change that. So let's close that and not. No. So we definitely did not want to break that. So yeah, let's get that fixed. Okay. Great. So we're done. So in terms of coding, what did we do? Well, we just copied over the report program that we had before. We give it a new name using evolved class, so we can demonstrate this. But we just import from the evolved version of the module, and all of a sudden we've got this error checking capability. So, you know, we need to test it. We need to test it with the clean file, and we need to test it with the dirty file, which we've just done, and we're done. So that's it. You're ready to do part 4. Part 4 is pretty fast and pretty satisfying. So good luck with that, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.